Hi, this is Lewis with D2 Fitness. Normally I do my workouts outside on my back patio, but I wanted to show how I do same kind of workout with a confined space setup the way we have here in my foyer. So here I am setting up the bungee for confined space use using the door anchor on the lowest hinge point, and the anchor strap is set at the mid or upper hinge point. And as you can see, I'm using the anchor strap to adjust the tension on this, and you can adjust it as you need depending on your space. Before I get into the meat of the exercise, I'll always stretch out. The T2 is fantastic for any kind of flexibility exercise, allowing you to lean and stretch and go through any kind of flexibility exercise that you can possibly think of. And from there, I'll get into exercises that kind of get the blood flowing. And for me, they'll start out with either skaters. In this case, I'm doing a squat with a bicep pull, engaging the entire body here, keeping my core engaged, keeping my back as straight as possible. And from here, I can easily transition into other exercises very smoothly, very seamlessly. This is an isoelastic back pull. And from here, I'm going to go into a lat pull down. And as you see, I've taken a couple of steps forward as I adjust my position relative to the anchor point. That's the beauty of this system is micro movements like that can make the difference between an exercise being hard or not possible to being very easy or difficult. It's very simple to make these adjustments to whatever you need. And as you'll see, I'm doing a combination of fast movements, fast reps, and slow reps. And the reason I do this personally is as I'm doing these hard reps, the muscle fatigues. And I give myself a little rest by going to these faster reps, but I'm still working the muscle. And here I've moved forward again a few steps so I can get in a position to do a tricep extension. And stepping back a little bit to increase the resistance. Again, these are isoelastic exercises because I'm doing a bilateral or reciprocal movement, but using the benefit of the elastic bungee. You can see I transitioned there from the back pull to a bicep curl. Again, doing fast and slow reps. Now I'm doing a little twist. And here I'm going to twist 90 degrees to the anchor point. And I'm going from doing a bicep curl only to doing a bicep curl and a back pull. Again to the biceps, then turning 90 degrees to my left, doing a bicep curl and a back pull. You can see all of my body's engaged, the legs, the core, everything's working. Now I give myself a little breather. I'll do some ab crunches. This is just a banded ab crunch. I'm moving both handles simultaneously, engaging the bungee. A little stretch, a little flexibility here. Giving myself a chance to recuperate. You can see how easy it is to flip around, work from the other side. Now here I'm setting myself up for some chest work, kind of gauging my distance there. First I'm going to do is a banded chest fly. Bring both handles together, and moving them both simultaneously. And this is just using the elastic band for the exercise. Now when I want to make this tougher, I will go to a single arm isoelastic fly. So instead of dividing the power required between two arms, I am focusing just on one and really engaging the chest here. And these movements are always engaging the T2 resistance housing, which is magnifying your resistive effort. And I've transitioned into a chest press. You can go from one exercise right to the other, very easily, very smoothly. Now going from the isoelastic to a simple banded press. Now I'm stretching out. And I've done this all without letting go of the handles. Nice full stretch, split stance here for stability. Now from here I'm going to set up for a tricep extension. I'm going to set up my stance, gauge my distance rather, from the anchor point. And I'm going to start with a two-handed banded tricep extension. Now the core is engaged, my legs are engaged, and the resistance of the bungee is split evenly between the two hands. But now I'm splitting it up and using each tricep individually in an isoelastic movement. And the resistance is compounded by the housing. These are really tough. These are going to exhaust the muscles very, very quickly. So I'm ready for my stretch here. Again, leaning into it in a split stance, keeping my stability. Now I'm set up for a chest fly. And I've got my right arm up and locked, and I'm just using the left arm to do a low chest fly. So this is working the lower part of the chest, an isoelastic movement, really engaging the chest, but also engaging the entire core. Now I've transitioned into a chest fly and a back pull. This is totally unique to the T2, so I've got both muscle groups going now, fully engaging the core. Here, again, on the other side, just doing a low chest fly, locked elbow on the left side, do as many reps as I can here, and then transition into the chest fly and back pull. Core is fully engaged. You can feel this working your entire core, your legs, everything is really digging in here. These are just basic side chops. These are great for the core again. A little less range of motion in this confined space setup that you would have in a full bungee setup, but still very effective. Doing some quick crunches here. It's a way to recover and keep yourself engaged at the same time. Always remember to keep good form, good posture when you're doing this. Now I'm going to change up my hookup here from a mid hookup to a low anchor point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the bungee out of the the anchor strap there and change my orientation. So I'm going to disengage from the door anchor here. I'm unclipping from the quick connect ring, and I'm pulling the bungee through the quick connect ring and hooking into the strap with the carabiners. Now I take the sleeve and just kind of push it towards the end. So all the safety sleeve is gathered up by the ring, and I'll just engage the T2 with the quick connect ring again. And now I'm set up for a low anchor position that allows for a whole bunch of other exercises that I'm going to show you here. So this is a banded upright back pull. So I'm just pulling these back, keeping my back straight, working the back of the shoulders, splitting my stance here for better stability. I should have done that from the beginning. Switching up the legs because the legs get tired from being in that position. Transitioning into a bicep curl again. So many different ways to engage the biceps. And doing both fast and slow reps. Switching up the legs again because my legs are getting fatigued. Recuperating there. Now I'm going to transition into some abductor leg work. And the way I do that is I basically convert the handles into ankle straps just by sliding the handles out of the way. Insert my feet through the loops and set up my position here for doing some abductor work here with the legs. This is very effective. Now I'm leaning against the wall here because I'm tired. But for balance work, sometimes I'll just do it freestanding to work on my balance. And if you don't have a wall handy, if you have a chair you can put in front of you, you can just, balance yourself on the back of a chair. You see me alternating between this inward clamshell motion, and it's very easy to just turn around and work the other side. Now from this position I could also face my anchor point, and I could do kickbacks. I could face away from my anchor point and do some leg lifts or some knee tucks. Very versatile. This is also giving me a chance to recuperate my upper body, which has been through a pretty rough workout there. We're going to get back to that in a minute. So from here, I'm just moving the straps or the stirrups that I've created with the handles to the sole of my foot, and I'm going to set up for a plank leg extension exercise or kickbacks. So this is a challenging exercise because you have to have a very strong core, and this is the movement. Just kicking up, keeping everything engaged, keeping your butt kind of flat and low. You don't want to be piking here. And then switching up to the other side. Now I can increase the resistance by moving further away from the anchor point, or I can make it easier by moving closer to the anchor point. And it's very easy to make those little micro adjustments as you need. You could further make it, increase the resistance rather, by shortening the resistance strap that's attached to the handles. Now I'm going to take one of the handles and continue to use that as a wrist strap, and then grab the blue handle in my left hand, and I'm setting up here for a plank exercise. It's one of my favorite exercises. It's a chest fly with a back pull in a plank position. And again, you can adjust this by adjusting your distance from the anchor point, making it harder or easier depending on what you need. You can see I'm starting to fatigue here because I'm not going all the way through. I'm not threading that needle there with my right arm as I did on the other side. I'm starting to fade here at this point. So yeah. That's my workout. Now I'm going to go cool down because my heart rate is still pretty elevated. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy it.